Athletes are the population that we study to look at, what are the limits of human potential.
If you've seen Avatar, Shrek behind the scenes with all the 3D animation of characters from human subjects, OptiTrack is kind of that system. We have 4 tripods, 3 cameras on each tripod around our force treadmill. It's kind of really like a treadmill with a fancy scale, and we see how hard they hit the ground in 3 axes. We typically start at about 3 meters per second to about 7 miles per hour, and we progressively go up. What we're trying to do is run them up until their top speed. How fast can they go while getting 8 consecutive steps without drifting back more than 20 centimeters? Gil Roberts, who was a 4x400 Olympic champion, he ran 11.72 meters per second, which is about 27 miles per hour. We believe that's the fastest indoor treadmill record speed that's ever been recorded, but we haven't gone to the Guinness Book of Records just yet for that.
We have a video motion capture system that allows us to identify positions in space 1,000 times a second with a resolution of under 1 millimeter in 3-dimensional space. We use that a lot for the speed and power athletes because they move so quickly. The critical part is when the foot first impacts the ground. Each millisecond counts, and really it's the first 30 milliseconds of contacting the ground that makes all the difference. The athletes that are really good at moving, they all do it the same way. And that translates nicely into telling somebody what they need to do differently to perform better.
Giving them the simple prescriptions, you need to get a really high knee lift and then really rapidly accelerate your foot downward into the ground. As you're landing really hard, you need to land very stiffly. You can imagine if you were to punch somebody with like a limp or relaxed wrist, it's not gonna be that strong. Things such as that sound very simple, but when the athletes execute that, they find that they're able to change their speed.
Even for the elite speed athletes that come in, they typically have at least small deficiencies that we can identify and say, change this, change that. They get almost instantaneous bump in performance.
Gil Roberts didn't get his gold medal until after he ran in our lab, so no subject coming to this lab and then leaving has had a bad experience or said that any of the prescriptions that we give them haven't borne out to be successful. It's not just us shooting in the dark, this is from us analyzing a whole wide swath of elite athletes. A little 1/10 of a second difference can be scoring that goal or missing that goal and your team not advancing. You're an elite soccer player and you want to be a little quicker off the pitch. These are what elite athletes do. You take the same advice, you're likely to be able to perform a little better than we have before.